inspired rendition of our national anthem. Really getting warmed up here, just moments away. We'll be back right after this.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
If you're a basketball fan, you've come to the right place. Tonight, we got the Los Angeles Clippers against the Golden State Warriors here at Chase Center. And for Golden State, this is where it begins. The expectations you have for this season meet reality tonight. Everything you've been working on gets put to the test. You hope that you've done your job and can come out of here with a win. And it's been a fresh start for former number 2 overall pick D'Angelo Russell. What are you guys seeing from him now that's so different?
To me, I think the one thing that's better for him is that he never gets sped up. Plays the game at his own clip.
Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. And tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors. They'll go up against the Los Angeles Clippers. This is Kevin Harlan, and beside me, Greg Hick. And a moment here to check out who the Golden State Warriors have coming up. On Sunday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then on Monday, they'll be facing Jrue Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. Before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, for a team that has the unbridled ambition of the Golden State Warriors, moving to San Francisco is fitting. A city whose fortunes have risen astronomically in this era of new technology. Now in Oakland, the Warriors were
Oakland has been a wonderful home for the Warriors. You know San Francisco will be too. Thanks, DA. And the Clippers starting 5. The 2 stars, George and Leonard, fill up the forward slots. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And it's Harrell in at the 5 spot. And for the Warriors, in at forward, it's Thompson and Green. Curry and Russell are the backcourt set. And it's Cauley Stein in at the center, filling out the middle.
I mean, a dunk machine dating back to high school. Montrezl Harrell is an absolute monster around the rim.
Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th Man of the Year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
Here's the pass to Harrell. Curry against George. On the wing, Williams. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Lakers. George, no good. And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter.
This is the shot you want, right at the rim. He just couldn't deliver.
Leonard attacking. It's good, only a few seconds in the shot clock.
You can see the work Kawhi has put into his ball handling. Gets separation almost any time he wants.
17-foot shot on the way. And it's off the back rim, no good. 20 feet out. No good on that one. The Warriors go the other way. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And there's the call on Montrezl Harrell. That is his first foul of the game. First foul, team's first. Thompson passes to Cauley Stein. 8 feet away. Out to Thompson. Russell against Williams. Count it.
And this is why you like size in the backcourt. Russell taking the hit, yet still able to finish.
Pass to Leonard. It's rebounded by Golden State. Green inside, defended by Beverly. And Russell gets it to go. Russell's got his second bucket.
An active competitor, Russell won't go down without a fight, especially around the rim.
Thompson against George. And it's George finishing it off.
Oh, Kevin, not a Petty, not a Manny, but a face.
Oh, a bounce to the outs, Greg, yeah. Showing off the bunnies. Russell against Williams. Here's Curry, and it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Stephen Curry, that's a luxury to have a guy that can run off screens and shoot the catch-and-shoot jump shot.
Here's George. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Warriors have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Beverly against Curry. They now take the lead.
The floater is a tough shot, and Stephen Curry has mastered it.
The Clippers trail. Williams scanning the floor. That one a little long.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky right there for the deep.
Green kicks to Thompson. The dish to Russell. And Curry has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. Green breaking loose. Chalk up 2 there. Curry's got 6 points.
Using outstanding floor awareness there. Russell's ability to pick apart the defense and find the open man.
Outside, George passes it to Beverly. A shot's good on the assist by George.
Explosive first step off the bounce. Beverly has the speed to do this.
Here's Russell. That's to Cauley Stein. Over Harrell. The second chance effort. And Green gets it to go.
Not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Williams against Russell. The pass to Beverly, to the paint. Here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
And here's Curry, who brings it up for Golden State. You know, Steve, for teams that are already struggling big time, it's a sign that the ship is going to be difficult to turn the other way and get back on track.
I think, Kevin, body language and obviously what they're saying in the media, there's some teams, you watch them, guys hit a three-point shot, they come to the bench, no one's up clapping, no one's communicating with each other. Those are the teams I think is very hard to turn around.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Has to Cauley Stein. Back to Curry. Inside, here's Thompson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Now, nobody gets out in the NBA quite like Klay Thompson, Smitty. He is something else. Wow.
Players can get hot, Kevin, but when Klay gets hot, every shot falls in. The records he set with made threes in a game, 37 points in a quarter, 60 points in 3 quarters. When he gets rolling, it's a treat to watch.
Nobody near George. Sinks the triple. George has got his second bucket of the night.
And there's never been any question about George's three-point range. He just goes through stretches where he knocks down the three at a ridiculous rate.
Curry passes to Cauley Stein. George against Thompson. Here's Curry. That's it. Coming off the assist from Thompson. 8 points for Steph Curry.
His 4th make in 5 tries, and we're just getting started.
Beverly, the pass to Harrell. George against Thompson. Beverly feeling it out a bit. That shot off. Good D by Thompson. Warriors leading by 3. Green with the ball. George picks him up. Green kicks to Thompson. Dishes to Russell. Pass to Cauley-Stein. There's the 3. Rebound by the Clippers. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You know, sometimes great skill can overcome a lack of intensity, but it's very rare.
Right wing. Russell dishes to Curry. He feeds it to Green. Takes the 13-footer. He is hauled in by Beverly.
Missed opportunity. It's a makeable shot for him. He just can't get it to go.
To the inside. And it's Leonard. That's on an assist by Beverly. Leonard's got his second basket of the game.
This is what Leonard gives you. Reliable, productive, turns out positive plays.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And maybe the biggest story of this summer, where would Kawhi Leonard be headed in free agency? A player of his caliber commands that kind of media scrutiny.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Ludy's checked in for Cauley-Stein. Alfonso McKinney comes in for Green. Robinson's checked in for Thompson. And it's Burton for D'Angelo Russell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, you talk about the media focus for Kawhi Leonard. Not exactly something he embraces.
Not at all. As a kid on his birth page, he'd shutter himself in his room because he didn't want the attention. To this day, he lets his play do the talking.
Both shots good from the strike.
The Golden State Warriors so great offensively. People forget about their defense. Their length and IQ make them tough to deal with, especially in the playoffs.
Lynn against Curry. Second chance shot. And there's the nice layup by Lynn. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
That's the competitor in him. Close game. Let me have this one.
In the last couple seasons, Golden State's defense in the regular season stepping off just a bit.
You know what I think what happens is, with their elite offense, I think they started to rest a bit more on defense. Also, when you've been to the finals 5 straight years, posting can occur.
Lynn's gone 1 of 3 from the field. McKinney passes to Burks. Outside for Curry. The Clippers grab the miss.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy misser too.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
Hurts on the wing, unloads. Offensive rebound. Pass to Curry. Tries again. And a rejection by Zubac. An even 3-on-3 break. Lynn gets to Green. Up top, Lynn. Back to Green. Curry with the steal. A pass to Looney. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Unselfish play right there. Curry with the patience to wait for someone to break free.
And so Lynn will bring it up for the Clippers. They trail by 1. Outside, George. Looks good, is good. Bucket number 4 from the field. He's taken only 6 shots.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You gotta keep getting him touches.
Here's Burks. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Terrific body control from Burks. Reading angles and creating space.
Outside, George. And the 3 off target.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Here's McKinney, and the layup's good off the glass. And now a three-point Warrior lead.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
George passes to Zubac. Now Green. Over Robinson. And it's Green missing it. And a lot of contact on that one. So
It's
he'll
a foul.
shoot two here.
He's a regular at the free throw line. Burks knows how to put the onus on the officials.
It's his first trip to the line.
At about an 82% clip a season ago, so I'm sure he'll take those numbers.
How great the Clippers signing of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George, the grand finale of the wildest summer in NBA free agent history.
A ton of big moves. You think of the star players who changed teams, 1/3 of the league's all NBA selection, and 5 out of 10 of the reigning all-star starters. In the end, we saw 7 players who changed teams, signing for over $100 million each. Put that in perspective, only 8 players had ever done that in league history.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
It was a busy rookie season for Landry Shamet. He got off to a hot start in Philadelphia, but was traded near the deadline to the Clippers. Slotted in as a starter there and looked great.
LA's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Pass to Zubac. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. George against Robinson. And George, here we go. Count that one.
And I just love the aggressiveness from George, just slicing apart the defense with that terrific ability to penetrate.
That one goes in. 14 points for Steph Curry. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly congested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. We come back right after this. All the great Golden State Warriors scores. Draymond Green spoke about feeding the hot hand.
I think there are times where one of the guys need to take more shots, and sometimes where we can be a little bit too unselfish. You know, if one guy thinks, hey man, I'm taking too many shots, let me get someone else involved. But if you got it going, we all want you to shoot.
Yeah, why not? Green knows that, Greg, if you're in the zone, keep firing.
And with his unselfishness and vision, Green more often than not is the one setting the table.
And this has been a fairly close game for the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Setting the floor for the Warriors. We've got Steph Curry. He's out there with Alec Burks. Robinson is out there with Looney. And it's McKinney in a power forward position. Lynn against Burke. Teardrop shot. It's rebounded by Golden State. Down low. Shot's good by McKinney. McKinney's got the lead up to 5 now for the Warriors.
That makes it 10
Oh,
of
no.
their last
No.
12 coming from inside the paint.
Here's George. 23 points for him the last game against the Lakers.
And it wasn't just the points. He brought hustle, he brought energy, and he brought it on the glass.
But they recover it. On the wing, Green. Outside, George. Good, it was Green picking up the assist. George has got 14 points.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Let him decide whether to shoot it, whether to pass it. He's your catalyst right now.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. this is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The three-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Devin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always good. Thank you. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And you know, you see it every day, but it still doesn't make it any less impressive. The amount of skill that Steph Curry has on the floor, the shooting, the passing, the agility, he has it all.
Different look here for the Warriors. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Kevon Looney. Green comes in for Alfonso McKinney. Klay Thompson, he's checked in for Robinson. And it's Russell in for Curry. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for George. Williams, he's checked in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jeremy Lin. You could argue Curry is one of the most skilled players of all time.
The shooting of his pool puts him in the conversation, and very few can match up to just that. Guys like LeBron and Wilt dominate with their size and athleticism, but Curry is an all-time great because of his once-in-a-lifetime skill.
Clippers trail by 4. And the foul on Alec Burks. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
And Beverly kicks to Harrell. Williams with a clean look. No good on the 3. Warriors leading by 4. To the middle. Here's Green. Passes to Burks. Back to Green. Some nice passing by Golden State. 5 on the clock. And the officials call a traveling violation.
Looking now at some numbers from Montrezl Harrell. A very nice season for him last year. 5th in field goal percentage, and he's a shot blocker as well. Top 20 in that category last season. Great timing and challenges at the rim.
And yeah, he's one of the most efficient scorers in the league for sure. Moves without the ball, avoids taking the bad shots. That's why he was top 5 in field goal percentage last year.
I like seeing Patrick Beverly attack the interior. Sometimes he becomes too perimeter oriented.
Russell passes to Green. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Los Angeles, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. A 3 from Leonard connects from three-point range. Leonard's got 9.
Beautiful stroke, a direct result of all the hard work Leonard's put in.
Burks dishes to Green. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. And the Warriors lead by 1. He talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes. And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Russell kicks to Cauley Stein. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Loads it up there for Harrell. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Boy, he is continuing to evolve. Harrell reading that situation perfectly, making himself an asset as a scorer.
Russell passes to Burks. Here's Cauley Stein. Poked away, taken away by Williams. Here's Beverly. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Williams has got 3 assists now in this one. Warriors trail by 6. Deep 2 from Russell. And good. Got the Ingles that time as it falls. 8 points for him.
Some guys just understand how to generate points. He's one of them.
Beverly with the ball. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
And he showed again why he is such a sensational playmaker. Some of the plays he made were just remarkable.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. They're getting pushed around on that low block.
Holly Stein passes to Russell. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And now it's a look at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best fast break teams from a season ago. In third, the Warriors.
I mean, this is such a tough team to deal with. You see the numbers. They would just push the ball at every opportunity.
Pass to Green. He kicks to Beverly. Back to Green. The pass to Harrell. Lock at 6. And he uses the glass on the layup. And now it's an 8-point Los Angeles lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And JaMychal Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Thompson. Green in the post. Working on Green. And there's another turnover by the Warriors. Here's Williams. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Here's Leonard. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7.
And the Warriors last season, the 6th team in NBA history, and really the first since the mid-70s to have 5 All-Stars from the previous season.
They were a team for the ages. We knew they couldn't afford to keep them all together. That lineup stands up against any teams in history.
Russell passes to Burks. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
The former University of Colorado alumni Burks, a solid 2-guard who can really light it up.
Steady at the defensive end, who are the best players in the league at selling a charge call?
I would say Kevin Kyle Lowry is one of my favorites. Marcus Smart, PJ Tucker. Those are the guys that come to mind that do it well. They take charges and also they sell them.
Yeah, Tucker in particular, and I love Lowry, but Tucker's, he'll take it, and you know it hurts, but he takes it every game and multiple times a game, right? I mean, wow.
Yes, indeed.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Thompson against Williams. Good on that shot. With that, the Los Angeles A's cut down to 8 on the bucket from Thompson.
Some players improve from distance. Others, like Klay Thompson, they get better at converting inside.
Draymond Green pulls it in. Green's got 4 rebounds in this game.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
And Thompson kicks to Green. He gets hauled in by Los Angeles. Beverly's got 4 rebounds in this game. Puts it up there for Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Robinson's checked in for the Warriors. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. On defense, the Clippers. Here's Russell. Back to Thompson. Pass to Russell. Some nice passing by Golden State. 4 on the shot clock. Over Beverly. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. 10 points for D'Angelo Russell.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Beverly finds Leonard. Thompson against Williams. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And it goes on Draymond Green.
The experience of Williams coming through there. Catches the defender slightly out of position.
Los Angeles shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
The Warriors making a switch here. Looney's checked in. The Clippers also changing it up. Paul George, he's checked in for Harrell, and Landry Shamet subbed in for Patrick Beverly.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Outside, Green. Russell against Leonard. Robinson left side. Golden State needs to get off a shot, and they'll turn over. Could not get off a shot before second violation. Some changes for Golden State. Alfonso McKinney is checked in for Thompson, and Curry subbed in for Russell. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Len's checked in. Shamet goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Shamet's got the lead up to 12 now for the Clippers. Here's Curry. And it's Len with the rebound.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively. Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Looney kicks to Curry. He dishes it to Green. Pass to Looney. And the rejection by Zubac. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Los Angeles leading by 14. We've got 1:28 left in the second quarter. Golden State's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Pass to McKinney. Paul George with the steal. For the three. Green with the rebound. Green's got rebound number 5 here tonight to the paint. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And what was more fun to watch last season than Patrick Beverly checking Kevin Durant in the playoffs?
Patrick Beverly's energy and fight gave the Clippers a chance every night. Obviously, the Warriors' talent won out, but the Clippers made them work every step of the way. A big key to the Clippers' recent surge, the development of Montrezl Harrell. His activity and his ability to score have been infectious for this team, and he also can be very intimidating.
Curry passes to Looney. And that's going to be a treble.
And a chance here to check out some stats on Steph Curry. Great showing for him last season. Second in free throw percentage, 4th in three-point field goal percentage, and as one of the NBA's top 5 scorers, you also can't forget what an outstanding year he had offensively.
And back to his free throw shooting percentage, second in the league, I never saw lapses in his concentration at all. Always completely focused, completely automatic. And it's Leonard missing. Warriors trail by 15. Outside Robinson. Now the pass to McKinney. Back to Robinson. Here's Looney. He's covered by Leonard. Clock is at 3. They double team Curry. The shot's good. Curry's got 20 points.
With the clock running out, Curry with the awareness and shot-making ability to take over.
George way outside. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Hey, Draymond, at times in that first half, they got it going in transition. Why were they able to beat you defensively?
I don't think it was so much defensively, it was offensively. You know, we turned the ball over, and you can't defend that. You know, when they get out running, their guards are going to get loose. So we just got to stop turning the ball over offensively, and that'll help our defensive turn.
Hey, your coach calls them plays of insanity, Draymond, so we'll see if you can adjust that in the second half. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. They'll have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Golden State?
Well, they're facing a team that shot very well in the first half. Now, that being said, they probably weren't aggressive enough on the defensive end. That was the difference.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. They're down low at 4 with Harrell in the middle. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. And it's George in at the 3. And the 3 ball is good. George has got 19 points.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they executed.
Playing from behind right here, not easy, but he is answering the bell.
The reason why is not just scoring, it's the way he's doing it. Efficient. That's what you need at this point in the game. There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
Pass to Curry. Back to Cauley-Stein. Passes it to Thompson. The dish now to Cauley-Stein. There's Russell with the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Russell's got 13.
Oh, my man Wayne beyond the arc. D'Angelo snatch.
Here's Williams. Nice digging from Russell.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
Curry with the bounce pass. They get a hand on it. Here's Thompson. George with the defensive effort.
After hitting 3 straight, they finally missed one. But you can see the rhythm coming out of the half.
And they gotta keep him off the glass. For a little guy, he can be a handful on the offensive boards if you're not aware of it.
Outside Curry. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Curry's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Firing on all cylinders here in the third. Only 1 miss in 5 attempts.
The thing about Curry you have to admire, Greg, he never wants the spotlight to himself, even as a leader of his team. He just wants his teammates to shine as well.
You think back to when Clay was trying to break Curry's 3-point record last season? Curry was not only cheering for him, but actively setting him up to make it happen. That camaraderie Curry shows is why his teammates love him.
Williams dishes to Harrell. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
Credit Harrell. He uses his body to protect the ball when going up in tight quarters.
Russell passes to Thompson. "11 feet away, and the shot is good. Thompson's got 8 points.
Okay, looking like his dad Mike on that play. Klay Thompson taking it to the defense.
Pass to Leonard. Kicks it to George. Over Thompson. No good off the back of the rim.
Great focus on the defensive end there to contest that shot.
And this is where you would prefer to work the ball to someone else for just a better look.
Russell dishes to Green. Back to Russell. Inside, here's Curry. Rebound by Harrell.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time.
In the corner, George with it. The tray. The Warriors pull it in. Coley Stein's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Green against Williams. And there's the pass to Curry. Over George. Curry's shot is off. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
And guys, when George gets cooking, you are in for a long night. He's just fantastic at finding different ways to score.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Here's Williams. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Williams has got his second bucket of the night.
Because of his size, everyone tries to get physical with Lou, but he pays it no mind.
That one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to 9. They're back within single digits after that one from Curry. And Beverly kicks to Harrell. Dishes it to Leonard. That one doesn't go. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Green passes to Thompson. He gets that one. Thompson's got 10 points in the game.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Pass to Harrell. He kicks it to Beverly. A 3 from George. It's good from long range. George has got 24 points.
Putting consistent pressure on this defense. Just the threat of him out there makes this offense work.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. Steve, we're seeing teams around the league putting up a lot of three-point shots. I'm sure you would have enjoyed playing in this era so much with that green light shooting three.
I would, Kevin. Getting a chance to shoot maybe 5 or 6 more three-point field goal attempts takes your numbers up. But I also think a lot of these teams are copycats. Everybody can't shoot the three. Work on your game and what's best for you.
Took him no time at all on that one. He's got 5.
Michael Green with the height and the bounce to do some damage inside.
Here's Russell. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Here's Lynn. And that one, good. And the Clippers lead by 12.
And Lynn is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can.
Russell finds Green. Burks in the corner. Passes it to Looney. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Terrific work inside from Looney. He continues to get more comfortable down there.
Then the pass to Harrell. Now, here's Shamet. T right on him. And yes, it's good. Shamet's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
One area the Warriors have stood out is their chemistry. Last season, we saw they were tested. On-court arguments, some tension. But this team, too locked in to let that persist.
No good on the free throw. And Steve, to what extent do you think the KD's free agency rumors affected the Warriors?
You know, I think it was a big part of it because everybody was talking. There was a lot of chatter for the first time we have seen with the Golden State Warriors team. Even when he got hurt in the playoffs, all you heard was, are they better without him? No. When you're at the top, there's a lot of noise. Tuning that out becomes critical.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He
just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
A uncontested shot at the rim, you have to compete at all times.
Warriors trail by 13. Thompson dishes to Green. Pass to Burks. Here's Looney. He's covered by Shamet. Looney kicks to Thompson. Rebound by the Clippers. Here's George. Green with the rebound. Green's got 8 rebounds in this game. It's stolen by Green. And here's George for 3. Draymond Green pulls it in. Green's got 9 rebounds bouncing on it. To the inside. Shot from 12. He can't get that one to fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Lynn with it. Picked up by Thompson. And again, it's the Clippers missing. The Warriors shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. It's stolen by Green. Now, here is George. He's got 24. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Burks.
Here's a look at some stats for Lynn. Some last season stats for him. Last season, put up about 9 points a game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. Nothing about his numbers really jump out at you, but he'll come up with a timely play or two every game.
He understands his role. He accepts it. He's one of those guys who doesn't need the ball to be effective. That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And for the Warriors, 5 straight finals appearances, something that hasn't been done since Bill Russell's Celtics of the 60s.
And those 5 appearances, Greg, produced 3 titles. It was close to another one. Last year's finals not ending the way they wanted. Injuries certainly played a role. We'll see if they can make it back this season.
Some changes for Golden State. Alfonso McKinney comes in for Thompson. And Glenn Robinson III is subbed in for Burks. Warriors trail by 15. Outside, Green. Here's McKinney, defended by George. Basket counts. McKinney's got 7.
I'll tell you, Draymond gives you such an advantage. A power forward who passes like a point guard.
Zubac finds Lynn. Over Russell. Lynn's shot is off.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
Shoots a fader. Russell against Lynn. They get it again. Russell passes to Looney. Right side, Green. Outside, Robinson. Golden State moving it around. McKinney. A 3-pointer off the mark. Clippers leading by 13. Shamet kicks to Lynn. A pass to Zubac. Pass to Shamet. A 3-ball. The Warriors pull it in. To the middle. From 12 feet out. Looney with the bucket. Looney's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Attacking the defense with the pass. You don't need to be a hero.
Shamet the pass to George. Lynn with it. Now Green defending. Passes it to Green. And here is Shamet. Down low. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Bounce pass, Lynn. Outside for George. Drills the 3-pointer. George has got 29 in the game.
This has been a tremendous quarter for him. Everything he puts up now looks like it's going in.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Right side Robinson. Back to Russell. In the corner, it's Robinson. Shoots over Shannon. And Robinson that time on the assist by Russell. And here's George. Off the mark. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball in. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Curry and Russell are the backcourt set. Then it's Robinson, and it's Looney in at center. That's the Warriors' 5.
A beautiful bounce pass on the deck. He put it only where his man could get it.
Here's Russell. He makes his ninth shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
Attention to detail is what's helped Russell improve his scoring ability every year.
Beverly the pass to Zubats. Now Shannon. And finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish. He's been locked in all night, and he's taking good shots.
Pass to Green. Green shot on the way. It's hauled in by McKinney. Warriors trail by 14. Curry looking around. Kicks it to Russell. Back to Curry. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Russell's got his 6th assist on the night.
I mean, Steph's elite scoring ability plus his relentless approach equals greatness.
There's Shamet, and the rejection by Curry. They double-team Curry. For Beverly, that one's good, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Stephen Curry.
It's amazing. No one can check him right now, but there's still work to do to cut into this lead.
In the corner, Shamet with it. Green gets to Beverly. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Leonard. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Here's Russell. And the lead is down inside single digits. Russell's got 14 points here in the second half.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
And it has them in a great spot to take the lead. They love to get a few stops now at the other end.
Clippers moving the ball around. Now, here's Shamet. He's guarded by Russell, trying to end the drought. And Leonard gets it to go. And the Clippers lead by 10.
He had a shot that was once very mechanical. Leonard now with the fluid release, even with a hand in his face.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And coach most likely wants to address their turnover issues. The offense looks forced right now, rush. There's no synergy to it. They have to find a way to work together and remain aggressive without making mistakes.
Change here. Collie Steins checked in. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Landry Shamet. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the last time out. He knows they struggled at the free throw line, but he actually looked at the positive. He said, if we continue to get to the foul line, good things are going to happen, but we have to keep getting there. Maybe that'll take the heat off him a little.
Here's Cauley Stein, and again, it's the Warriors missing. Beverly against Curry. And that one's good. Beverly. And now it's a 12-point Los Angeles lead.
Patrick Beverly likes to play aggressive, plays at a high pace, nice finish off contact.
Cauley Stein passes to McKinney. Back to Cauley Stein. To the paint. Russell kicks to Curry. For Beverly, and Curry the bucket on the assist by Russell. Russell's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. A pass to Beverly to the left side wing. Inside, Harrell finds Beverly. And close. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
More of a streak shooter than a volume scorer. Patrick has been on fire tonight.
Pass to Cauley Stein. Here's Looney. Out to Russell. And they double up Russell. Cauley Stein against Williams. Here's Looney. It's rebounded by Lou Williams. And it's Williams with the ball for the Clippers. Leading by 12. Following this game, they hit the road to challenge the Suns in Phoenix. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
What I appreciate about Harrell is how hard he's worked on his skill set. The jumper, the post moves, and the passing.
And wow, you just have to love the motor on Montrezl Harrell when he's on the floor. Great on the glass, and he just plays with such a fire.
And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. Clippers leading by 13. And with Harrell, you can see how his energy spreads to the rest of the team.
Reminds me a bit of what Fareed used to bring the team. Harrell is also undersized, but boy, he makes up for it in so many ways.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
Got that one up quick.
Working in that mid-range area. The analytics may not love it, but that's a good look for him.
Beverly against Curry. Beverly the pass to George. Los Angeles with another miss.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Out to Russell. To the paint. Here's Cauley Stein. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Cauley Stein's got his first 2 points. Los Angeles calls timeout.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage and maximize every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
Draymond Green is checked in for the Warriors. Klay Thompson comes in for Russell. Los Angeles leading by 9. Now Beverly. Left side Leonard. No one near him. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
One of the toughest covers in the league. Kawhi's jumper just keeps getting better.
Here's Thompson. Ball's not loose. Taken away by Williams. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. No good there. The Warriors have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the 4th quarter. Really getting it done. Here's Green. Makes it off the glass.
Aggressive, working for the high percentage shot. Draymond understands this game.
Williams against Thompson. Williams inside. No good that time. Good D by Johnson.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
And the basket by Curry.
Going deep into his bag of tricks. He's